today's video, we're going to be talking about a subtlety of match coverage that I get some feedback on as it pertains to defending routes in the middle of the field, in particular streak routes. I get feedback from time to time, whether it be here in the comments section, emails, or in my Discord for the Gridiron Game Plans members, but sometimes you get lobbed over the top. But I'm going to explain why that is and how you can easily fix this and make match coverage so much better in these situations. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell, grab out your pen and pad, and let's get after it. So let's start off by explaining why sometimes people misinterpret the match coverage as failing or being a busted coverage, when really it's just the built-in techniques of the coverage itself. So right here, I'm going to present to you a cover 9 defense. This is a defense that will align the cover 2 match side to the passing strength. This means the side with more receiving options. It will play cover 4 match to the side with less receiving options. Sometimes when running this coverage, people misinterpret the technique that is played by the hook defenders as failing them when they are dealing with vertical attacking threats. Now, right there, the coverage looked pretty good. This is one of the reasons that I always stress to you when you play match coverage, you definitely want speed. You need athleticism. You have to be able to run to play match coverage. But a lot of times people will get lobbed on this throw and they'll wonder why that is. Right here, I have a speed advantage with Deion Sanders, who I think on my team is 96 speed, against Devin Hester, who I think is 95 speed. I know that Deion has a speed advantage, but people will interpret this as, oh my gosh, this coverage sucks because the faster player is getting beat. The reality is that this is actually the intended technique of this defender. And the same thing can actually be said of the 3-rec hook defender that is found in this as well. So I'm going to show you guys, if I were to take Cooper Kupp in this example and just put him on a streak route, you're going to see that he's going to get over the top of that 3-rec hook linebacker. Now, fortunately for us, the pass rush got home and kind of hid that. But if I were to run this a few times here, you're going to see that this is a consistent outcome. And without the safety help over the top, this could be a problem where this guy can sometimes be a one-play touchdown. Now, again, for me, Roquan Smith on my team is probably the fastest linebacker in Ultimate Team right now. For those of you that are playing linebackers, you probably notice this happens and you get burned over the top. Another area where you will notice this is when you're dealing with the bunch strong or the bunch nasty meta, in which oftentimes you will see the same result. So you see that you have this guy that's just getting open over the top, and without the match help over the top in the form of the safeties, you really are kind of scared by that throw, because again, it is kind of leveraging over the top and it's just problematic, right? Again, you take a look right here, you see Devin Hester gets behind the guy without that safety over the top or insane speed underneath. This intentional trail technique is something that can lead to lob touchdowns. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to fix this, but first I want you guys to make sure you guys open up a tab and head over to gridirongameplans.gg. I do so much coverage content here on this channel. That's probably why you found me to begin with. You were looking for solves for bunch or trips or how to run a different coverage, but you guys can learn everything that I know about coverage in Madden in one easy and organized place, and that is my match coverage Bible. This is one of several game plans that I have available on the website, and your membership to the website is all inclusive, meaning that you get access to all the game plans and our regular weekly updated service known as the Vault. This is where we take a look at the pro schemes and metas and the things that are trickling down into your head-to-head experience and making life tough on you. We break down how it works, why it works, and how to beat it when you face it. That way you can either employ it or stop it when somebody else does against you. Make sure you guys go check it out. Link is in the description. So when we're dealing with this match coverage doing this, we know we like the rules of the cover 9, but sometimes it's a problem where guys are just getting open over the top. Well, how can we actually make changes to the way that this play? I'm going to show you guys a really simple example here. I'm going to go right back into the cover 9 defense here, and we're going to go right back to running that spread trips tight end type meta. All we have to do when we're talking about the cover 9, or really the cover 2 side of your match coverage, is actually just change the technique. We know that the 3-receiver hook is going to relate to number 3, which is the 3rd receiver outside to inside. So by manning him up, this is actually going to play a different man coverage technique. We also know that Deion Sanders is going to relate to the number 2 receiver. So if we man him up, I want you to notice the technique change in what occurs here. I'm going to snap this ball here and I'm going to spy the pass rush so you guys can take a look at this. And what you're going to see is that rather than a intentional trail technique where they jump down to the low inside leverage on the player, they're going to try to stack this route vertical, which means that Devin Hester, who got a step behind Deion in our last example, is now not going to be able to do so. And Deion's in that back hip pocket, and that could have been intercepted if it wasn't swatted by our safety getting over there to help. And this will be the exact same thing that you're going to notice out of the man up of your 3-rec hook. It's important to note that when you guys are playing cover 6 and cover 9, that the 3-rec hook is recruited to the side of the formation that has more receiving options. So in this case, that 3-receiver hook is participating on the trip side rather than the tight end side. So this is a safe man up. So in this example, when we try to get over the top of Roquan, he's actually going to stay in a stack alignment. Now, again, speed is going to dictate whether or not he can keep that. You saw right there, Cooper Kupp was still able to just get behind him. I think Cooper's 94 speed and Roquan's 93 for me. But if you guys are somewhat equal in the speed realm, you're going to be fine. Now, you guys can also, if you want to, especially if you guys don't have fast linebackers on your team, you can put in safeties at linebacker. There are some downsides to this, of course. We won't get into all of them here, but if you guys just need athleticism for a speed discrepancy to guard a streak, you're going to be okay putting speed in at this spot. I feel fairly confident in that. So let's go ahead here and just kind of show you one final thing before we get up out of here. And that is that by putting in the faster Jessie Bates at this spot, I'm going to be in a spot where Cooper Kupp isn't going to be, able to get over the top of him. To be honest with you, now that I think about it, I think Jessie Bates is also 93 speed as well. So Cooper Kupp is able to get past them pretty easily. And now that I think of it, I actually think that Jessie Bates is also less speed than Cooper Kupp. So for my team, again, you're going to want to have as close to even in terms of the speed as you can. For some of you, that's gonna be a little bit hard to do, but in general, if you want to get rid of the intentional trail technique where the player moves and plays low on them and man them up, they'll try to stay over the top. From there, the speed will dictate that, and that's going to improve your match coverage. The guy's playing him man-to-man anyways, so just go ahead and skip the part where they play the funky technique associated with the match coverage, especially if that player is getting open over the top for touchdowns, and put them in an actual man up, which will take away that trail technique and make the coverage better for the purpose that you're trying to serve. So I'm going to get up out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll be back again with another one tomorrow. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We'll see you guys later. Until then, this is Zan. Get the lab in. Good luck.